Hey everybody, we're back in Path of Exile. I know we said we were going to come back to this game, we were going to play something else. And right before I recorded this, I started installing Final Fantasy 15, and I had installed Punch Club. I recently wiped my hard drive because I got an M2 drive, so I've been working on migrating files over from the old system to the new system and making sure everything works, downloading programs, and currently Path of Exile is on our SSD, so it should run smoother. And I know I said I was going to play this, and I was going to play... I thought about playing Punch Club because it was kind of in juxtaposition with the Doom Eternal playthrough we're going through. Look how sweet the skin is. I'll get to this here in a second. But it's a little bit more lighthearted than, PoE and Doom Eternal. So it's something to give people other things to watch other than just, the demons and the blood and gore and that kind of stuff. But I've thought about doing Final Fantasy 15, but it's a bit heavy-handed story-wise. Right now, we are definitely going to play it at some point. I can't play Final Fantasy 7 because I don't have a PS4. And I've owned Final Fantasy 15 for many years. I bought it when it came out. I was a little bit nervous to play it because I knew it was going to be long, and I didn't want to be let down. I don't know. I'm anxious about I want the game to be good, and I'm just worried it's not going to be good. But we will get to that. And I thought for this episode coming back off of, we played Darkest Dungeon for a couple days, and we were going to take a break from this, but this is kind of old hat, and we're in the rhythm of things. I did want to take a break because I wanted to buy stuff from the store, but apparently the stash tabs don't go on sale, but once every 3 weeks, which is reasonable. So I was just going to wait until that cycle came up to buy them again, but I decided we could go ahead and play, and it's fine. We'll just have to deal without the stash tabs. And I went ahead and bought the supporter pack. One of these supporter packs. So I got points, and I'll just save the points to buy the stash tabs when they go on sale. So another big thing I learned about this that led me into purchasing stuff for this game, because I know I had a discussion about not buying stuff for PoE 1, and PoE 2 is just around the corner. Well, I guess PoE 2 is an extension of PoE 1. So it's going to be the same game with just a new campaign, updated things. It's going to be a new game, but in the same game. So we'll still be playing Path of Exile, this game, but everything will be brand new. So this stuff carries over, because it doesn't have to carry anywhere. It's going to be this game. Which kind of makes the zombie, or the corpse, what are these called? Yeah, the zombies, the update to these makes sense in this game because they're going to be used in PoE 2. It all makes sense, guys. Now, check out the sweet skin. It's got like... I don't know, this is not the Delirium one. The two Delirium ones were a bit... let me take a look at them here. These two. I thought this was kind of cool. And normally when I play these types of games, there was a long period, probably about 10 years of my life, where I would go for something like this. But more recently, I'm more into this kind of stuff, being the evil, like, rogue, demon, demonic, I'm summoning the plague upon your village kind of thing. So I went with this one, the Basilisk. It's even more, I think, more demonic than this one here. It's a bit more... I don't even know what you'd call it. I mean, they're not bad. Neither one of these are bad, and I really like this one. I like this one over this one, but... I just haven't felt like playing this type of character in a while. I don't like the Holy Knight kind of thing. Aesthetic. I love the aesthetic, but it just doesn't fit my... I don't know. It's just not in my soul. Hasn't been in my soul for a while. News about PoE. I think there's Method's doing a race on the 25th. This video is going out on the 21st, which happens to be today because I'm recording this at 1 in the morning. So in 4 days... Method's going to do a race to level 80. We're not going to partake part in that because we're scrub nubs. Extreme. Like, look at this. We don't have maps in our pack. We're just going to run some maps and keep learning. I don't think we're eligible to do the race anyway, which is probably for the best. For now, anyway. We keep playing this game, though. We could potentially do some racing at some point.
May your maps be merciful.
But yeah, so that's to catch everybody up on what's going on. You're surprised that we're here. Let's get mapping. We're still learning, guys. Still learning. It feels good to support the developers buying this pack. I think it's really worth it. Yeah, so that I did want to go ahead and do that, which is another reason to come back and play sooner than later, especially with those guys doing all the work that they've been doing from quarantine. I don't know if they're out of quarantine yet. I don't know. It's been a while since I played this game. It's probably been a week now, maybe? And I'm not quite so sure if I remember how to play. I thought we could see their HP above their heads, but maybe not. Again, I had to reinstall everything in the game, so I probably don't have... Oh, I definitely have filters on. So I think I do. Maybe I don't even have the ability to see loot at the moment. No, okay, so the filter's still installed. And that's... Well, no, in saying that, that all disappeared there. We're taking a lot of damage here. Where's Einhard at? Oh, I hear him there. We fixed some things with the audio too. The audio should sound a lot better this week. Should have sounded better in Darkest Dungeon. You ever seen that playthrough? Not a playthrough, it's a one-off. Oh, so it's interesting. So I wiped my hard drive. Oh no, nothing's actually showing up. Why isn't the loot showing up? Oh no! I should have worked all this out before I jumped on here. Before we went live. Skeletons look amazing. Actually, everything looks a lot better than it did last time I played. That I can remember. Let's get our zombies up too, I guess. We can carry 7 now? Yeah. Well, that was a lot of work there. Now, why can't we see... Like, we should be able to see the portal scroll, at least. Give me a second here to figure out why. Options, UI. We show sockets. Show life and mana levels. I think we want that. Corpse targeting, global chat. Show clock. I can't remember what the hotkey is to show loot. Yeah, we'll save that. We do want to see our mana and our life and all that. I thought it was Alt or Shift, Alt Shift. Control, not Control. F1? No, F2? I'm gonna have to look it up here, guys. How to show loot in PoE. Oh, it's probably in the help section. We could look at that. The help panel. Rarity. Not really what we're looking for here. We're pressing Z to toggle the visibility. So yeah, that's everything. But we're missing our. Fortunately, we're missing our filter here because everything got wiped. So. We'll have to do that. In fact, we'll do that in between episodes here. I'll probably record a few. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 here. If you're watching the series, I know that doesn't really matter to you. I thought there was a way to show the enemy's health bars, like over their head. That's probably a bit of clutter that probably slows stuff down. The game seems a lot more crisp on the SSD. I'll say that. I didn't even check the load times. Like I wasn't even paying attention. We'll have to get a filter here, see what happens. This is too close in. I don't know how we... Oh, there we go. Plus and minus to zoom out the minimap. People at home that are keeping score. That's what you do.
We will be best friends, Beast, until we slaughter you.
We like to have fun here. Really tempted to like pick this stuff up. Wasn't that what we were gonna do?
Too much clutter.
Well, in saying all that, I mean that went by pretty quick. Gotta get used to playing the game again. We're not playing bad mechanically as far as combat, but just managing the game, we're having a little bit of difficulty here. You're watching the Doom series, which is a fantastic game. I highly recommend if you're a fan of Doom, pick that up. I've got about 9 episodes in, recorded, and I think the 3rd episode goes out when this episode goes out. Watching back those episodes, I start off kind of rocky with the controls, and the game starts off kind of slow, which you kind of expect, but it's a roller coaster and a half especially once you get into the later levels. I don't know how deep into the game I am, but I'm super impressed with it so far. It's actually better. It's a better game than the 2016 Doom 2016,
Friends, Beast, until we slaughter you.
which I didn't think was possible, to be honest with you guys. No, our build doesn't look too bad here. Let's put this gold amulet and this.
Much clutter.
Oh, drop some of this blue stuff. Nope. So highly recommend Doom Eternal. If you like Doom, if you like horror games, it's not really bloody. And I watched an interview with Hugo. I think his name's Hugo Martin. I know this is what people want to hear. They tune in to watch PoE and they want to hear about Doom Eternal. He did an interview on JRE, the Joe Rogan podcast, which I listened to. It wasn't a very good interview. And I've seen him in documentaries about the 2016 version. He's a real nice guy. In fact, if you're interested about Doom at all, there's a really good documentary about Doom 2016. And just id Software in general that's out there. But yeah, that game's really impressing me so far. I know I said if you watch my Ori playthrough, I said that was going to get Game of the Year for me. But I think Doom that might get Platformer of the Year for me anyway. But Doom Eternal Game of the Year easy. That's what a fantastic game that is. I probably shouldn't be taking my time to talk about it here on. I'm going to the arena. This is probably like where the quote-unquote boss is for this area, this map. Singing the praises of Doom Eternal. But those guys deserve it. As does PoE. PoE's a fantastic game. I'm really enjoying PoE. Super glad I didn't really take a gamble on it because it was a free game. And if you want to take a gamble on it, it's free. It's free to the end forever. You never have to put a dime into it. It's fantastic. If you like Diablo, highly recommend this game too. What was I saying? Oh, Doom. Fantastic game. Go buy it. Go buy 2 copies, in my opinion. And we're gonna have to get our filter back on here. Anything else new? I don't think so. I hope people like the Darkest Dungeon series. I really like that game a lot. I would love to play that game as a series. I never did beat that game. It is a fantastic game though. Hard as nails. This game is hard as nails too. A lot of games are... We talked about this on this series. You know what I love about this game and this series in general? So I'm pretty comfortable in this game right now. I'm really enjoying it. That I can just talk about other stuff while I'm playing it. We're kind of in... we're not really an autopilot per se, but... We can turn off our brain while we're fighting the scrub nubs here. Until we can't, right? But for now, it's okay. But yeah, Darkest Dungeon, great game as well. There's a lot of... I know I said that game was released in 2016. Is there a beast over here?
An exhilarating hunt, Exile.
Much clutter.
Drop some of the
It is time for Einar to go do Einar
blue stuff.
business.
Einar has to go do Einar business, guys. Don't ask questions. So yeah, that game came out in 2016, but the developers released a ton of expansions for it. Some are paid, some are free. It's a pretty good game, and I don't know if it's expensive. If it's on sale, I definitely recommend picking it up. If you're even semi-curious about it. Pop that in there. Don't really have the room. Okay, well. I haven't quite got the mental or the muscle memory to just go in here and sell stuff. Still just kind of getting used to playing the game again. We were talking about the Method race, so yeah. On the 25th, Method's going to be doing a race to 80. Which, it's not exclusively Method, but I think Method's holding the... sponsoring the tournament. There's a cash prize. You have to be... It's not open to the public. You have to be a quote-unquote qualified person, whatever that means. Somebody that's got like an audience, I think. I think the whole point about it is to get people excited about the game and give competitive game players, you know, a reason to race, I guess. If the glory is not enough. Whoa, I want to sell some items here. Gloves, do we want to sell these gloves? Well, we know we want to sell the shield. We want to sell that blade. Dexterity, yeah. More deck stuff. More deck stuff. So that starts on the 25th. I don't know if that's going to be on Twitch or where that's going to be at. Who's burning on use? Nah, we don't want that. Let's see if these gloves are any good. 13 int, that seems kind of low. Socket's already kind of bad. I thought I had a way to show... Yeah, in fact... Yeah, there's supposed to be some way to see... like the gems without having to hover over it. And some way to see detailed stuff about the item. Advanced MaW descriptions. And then show gems. Let's look at this. PoE show gems all the time. .ru. Okay, the first post says look in your options. Somebody says, oh thanks, I hadn't considered that. Show clock. We don't want to show clock, do we? No. Auto equip, that's probably not what we want either. Maybe we do actually. Show ally names on your map. Show minimap life bar above you. Yeah, I think we had that. Okay, so there's the life bar on enemies. Show timestamps in chat. Life bar on allies? No. Well, actually, you know what? That's not... I mean, this is, I think, what I was talking about in one of these episodes that would be nice to have. But now that I'm looking at it, it is a lot of clutter. But it would be nice to see when our zombies are about to die so we can recall them. You know what? We'll try it for a little bit. It's probably going to be way too much. Show full descriptions. Always show sockets. Boom. Roasted. Boom. Roasted. 13 int. Attack speed. These are probably better. Let's just put them on, see what happens. A little bit more shield, but gonna lose life leech, shield charge. We don't want to lose shield charge. And this is a dex second, so to get a red socket, we probably want at least. We want to animate guardian too. We can't really put these on, sadly.
Greetings.
Maybe we get away with it. Maybe that's a mistake to do that, but
Go with courage.
mistakes are our specialty. I can't wait to buy the stash tabs in here because this is not a necessity. I got to reiterate that it's not. Because I've seen some people talk about this game. What is it? Purchase something? Purchase decorations? Oh, okay.
Stay inquisitive.
It's definitely not a pay-to-win game. By any means. Identify areas inhibited by demons. Habited. Demonic Haunted Mansion. Okay. Sounds like fun. Yeah, it's not a pay-to-win game by any stretch. But if you want to spend money, there's some quality of life stuff. So if we spent, well, when we buy the tabs, I'll tell quests or secondary stuff, we get like a mobile crafting station and a way to have all this stuff that stacks up to 5k per item instead of 20. It's a pretty big deal, and it's a nice incentive to do it. Not a necessity though. Definitely not a necessity. Okay, we need to go in. The Spooby Haunted Mansion. Do you remember the movie The Haunted Mansion? I think it's called The Haunted Mansion. With where did all of our minions go? Had Eddie Murphy in it. A really old movie. Get our rock golem up. Our resistances and our guardian. Yeah, Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. I feel like I have seen that movie. It's funny that I remember it, but don't remember if I've seen it. Yeah, oddly enough, the ally health bars might be... Well, I don't know. I was going to say it might be too much information, but... It's actually nice to be able to recall them when I see them getting low. So much white gear. Why can't I queue? Oh, I can queue. Blood and sand. There's a card one too, so you can sort your cards and not have to worry about those all stacking up. One for map fragments, one for essences, and one for legendary gear, which sounds really nice too. You can kind of collect all that stuff. And I think for... Well, definitely if you buy it on sale, you can buy all those stash tabs, and if you bought the $60 base game. Well, the $6 supporter pack. Quality of life stuff, guys. That's all it is. Remember our Holy Relic up. Immediately I wanted to start singing Holy Diver there. I'll spare you guys that though. We kind of doubled back on ourselves there. Satin slippers? Sure. In fact, we're gonna do the sell thing because that's the correct thing to do. I need to start setting up hotkeys. I've got one of those Logitech keyboards that've got like, what do I got, 18 macro keys that we could probably use to semi-automate some of this stuff. I mean, I don't want to cheat and I don't want to get banned for cheating. I'm not a big cheater for just in general for games. To me, it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole thing. Like if I wanted to, you're not really accomplishing anything by cheating in a video game, are you? It's a big market for cheating, though. There's in some cultures, it's like it's weird. Winning is so big in some cultures that if you're not cheating, you're not trying your best to win. That's how that works, which is strange. I guess you have to go back in the portal. Strange concept to me, but I'm sure some of the things that I do and we do in American culture are strange. So. To each their own, guys. To each their own. I'm missing my filter though, big time. I'll say that. Doesn't recall everything. Looks like it just recalls skeletons or zombies. Big explosions.
We will be best friends, Beast, until we slaughter you.
Not gonna pick up all the blue stuff. I'll try to pick up some of it though. And maybe in between this episode and the next, I might buy like a discount. Well, no, I mean, ugh, that's real bad, guys. Real bad. Look like our XP dropped there though. I'm sure it did. My voice just cracked a little bit there. That's funny when you're a teenager and your voice cracks. You get made fun of pretty heavy-handed for it. And mine wasn't too bad. Like there were some people that were. It was insane. Arena. But it'll happen all the way up into adulthood and beyond. So if you're going through that now, just know that never goes away. It happens sporadically, not very often, but it does still happen. I don't know, maybe that doesn't happen to everybody though. Wow, I was getting hit by the laser. I was like, I moved out of the stampede. Just the stampede though. Miss anything? Doesn't look like it. 375, that's our number now. Is that what we're fighting? What are we actually fighting? This guy? Orthel the Pure? I guess I could talk a little bit about the hard drive. If you're using a hard drive like I was, and I still use my hard drives, I got a ton of hard drives, and you're a little anxious about moving to a solid state drive, it's fairly simple to set up. Migrating data is not that hard. I did a fresh install of Windows, which you have to do if you're. This is very important actually, and so this is a good advice if you're never switched over. The drive that you're going to put Windows on, or Linux, or I'm like dotted up there. I can't. It's taking insane damage. But your SSD needs to be as big as the drive that your Windows or Linux or Apple iOS operating system's on. It has to be the same size. Otherwise, you have to do a fresh install if you want the operating system down there. So I kind of recommend just do a fresh install. I know it seems painful to lose all those programs and stuff, but just make backups and stuff, and then just do your best that way. Now what I did was, I did do that and I made backups. And I made a backup on my external hard drive, which has a lot of storage space on it. You can get external hard drives with a lot of storage space for pretty cheap. Hard disk nowadays. And yeah, so I backed up all my files on there. You know, not my programs, but my files. Just make that distinction there so people kind of know what I'm talking about. And I put when I went to make the boot drive for Windows, I had two removable devices that it accepted. The USB that I was going to put the boot drive on, and my removable disk drive with my backup and a ton of other data on there as well. And it was pretty late at night when I was doing it. Wasn't really paying attention. Put the boot drive on the. My voice just cracked again a little bit. Put it on the big hard drive, not the USB stick. And yeah, I nuked all that data with my backups. Now, I was able to recover it using Recuva. A little Recuva plug out there for you guys. I wound up not bothering with the data because it was going to take 3 days to scan the. It's a big drive. 3 days to scan all the files, but after about 4 hours of doing it, it was going to find all the files. But I didn't want to wait 3 days for that. And it's just as good to start anew. So my advice to you is just be careful when and if you do it. And yeah, I would start fresh as well. Those programs that you think you need, you don't really need them. And the ones you do need, you'll go out and get them again.
You are well prepared for the end. This is a fight.
What did we die 4 times there? Guys, we're good at games, I promise you. We're not bad, anyway. Just out here farming currency. Any other interesting things I came across? I was actually installing the drive. There's a screw that goes into the motherboard, and there's an offset. So you screw the offset in, then you put in the drive, and then you screw the screw into the offset. That's what you're supposed to do. What I did was spend a lot of time trying to screw the offset with the screw into it into the motherboard. And this probably took me about an hour and a half to figure it out. It's pretty sad, but if I could save you guys some time in the future, your motherboard's going to come with an offset screw. Screw the offset in, put the drive in, and then put the screw into the offset. Yours may be different, but yours is like that. I'll just save you some time. I think we're pretty much done in here. We could try to do... I haven't even been really paying attention to the time. Okay. See about where we're at there. Yeah, just cream there. Well, I guess we're kicked out of there. Definitely lost XP going in there. Let's see. It's new. Blasphemy supports curse skills, turning them into auras that will apply their effect to all enemies in the area around you. Supported curses are cast as auras. Supported curse skills are counted as aura skills using supported skills. It's instant. It's probably decent. But we don't have curse skills. I think aura builds are like a big thing, or were a big thing a couple weeks ago. People thought they were, but they're like, it's not really a big thing. It's balanced. It's viable, though. Movement speed on a shield. All green. 130 dex. We can't put it on anymore.
Greetings.
Isn't it good? Claw? No. Well, 27 int.
I'll need to be more lithe for that.
Oh, we don't have the dex to equip it. Of course we don't. Well, no loot. We just lost a bunch of turn on this card set. A bunch of XP. I wanted to actually go turn it into the guy. Kind of the reason why I want to do this right now is just to see how much quicker. I gotta remember what the hotkeys are. Is it I? You. So you is really that's you? That doesn't sound right to me. I want to see how quickly this loads up here. Is it Line Eyes Watch? No. It is Highgate. We actually have to get on a waypoint here.
Prepared for the end.
No. What? Einar, get out of here. I should move him. I should move some of these guys out of the way. Games, yeah, see, so you guys see how much faster that loaded being on the solid state drive? It's kind of insane. Give me, what do you give me for this? Stir Beauty, you submit. Least your neck, the great Queen Slit. Sacrifice fragment. Okay.
The corruption will pass.
Let's see, that race is supposed to be to 80. What level am I? 74? Okay. We definitely have no shot at winning a race by how fast we've been going, but... Is everything unexplored? Wow, so since I started anew, well, I didn't start anew, but I had to refresh everything. I lost all map exploration. Interesting. I think, anyway. I think that's how that works. Go back to the hideout. So yeah, it's almost an instant load there. Highly recommend it if you don't have an SSD. They're pretty cheap nowadays. Still expensive, though. I think we're going to do it for that episode. Next episode, I'll have the filter in. And maybe I'll buy one of the stash tabs prematurely. Probably not, but maybe. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like this episode, as usual, drop us a like. If you like the content here, you can subscribe to me for more of this content. And I guess that's going to do it here. Until then, guys, we'll see you next time. Take care.